AEW All In, which is this Sunday in London. Couple big matches there. Of course, we got the Stampede match. We got the women's title match, but we also have one of the probably hottest tag team matches that are going since WWE doesn't have a tag team division at this moment. FTR first.
It's just not a division.
There is no division.
We got FTR versus the Young Bucks. What do you guys can tell me about that?
Wow, this story right here. I mean, these two teams are literally they were going at each other on social media. I think it was back in like 2018 because the Young Bucks on the Independents were known as the tag team. Yeah. And FTR was in NXT and on the main roster. And obviously with FTR's, old school style of them emulating Tully and Arn as in-ring technicians, the question was always asked, so who's the better tag team? Who would win in the match? I remember the first match that they had on one of AEW's pay-per-views. I forget the name, but it was during the pandemic, and it was just brilliant. It was everything that you would expect out of both of these teams. I mean, with the Young Bucks, I mean, a lot of their matches, in my opinion, a lot of them they're very heavily choreographed, but they pull everything off so flawlessly. And on top of FTR as technicians, it makes for the perfect combination for a great match. So their first match was great. Their second one, where FTR beat them, was tremendous on an episode of Dynamite. So based upon the history of these two teams and the match quality, we're definitely gonna get something special in London. I mean, initially there were fears that this match wasn't gonna happen because apparently Cash Wheeler got arrested over the weekend for having a firearm during a road rage incident. But as soon as I saw that story, I was just like, please.
It's rumored. It's I don't know.
Please, because I'm rooting for AEW on this one because I want them to be successful. So as soon as I heard that story, I'm like, you can't lose your market. Have this happen to one of your marquee matches. They're saying that the police didn't take his passport, so he can still go over there and do the match. So thank God from that aspect. But we are definitely, since it's the third match, we're gonna get a whole lot out of this one. I wouldn't be surprised if they went like over 30 minutes in this match. So if I could pick a winner, you would think go Young Bucks because of the Cash's situation. But I actually think that FTR retains here, and they're probably gonna do some type of angle where like that FTR relinquishes the titles or they strip them of the titles. I don't think they're going to let this incident impact whatever the match result was going to be. I think FTR wins and then they come up with some storyline thing to take the titles off of them until Cash's situation gets worked out. But it's definitely going to be a great match.
Yeah, I don't know. This is just my problem with age. I mean, mind you, it's not like I'm watching it religiously, but just hearing from, like, I feel like this match was just announced just to be announced. They're like, all right, we'll just no. Mm-hmm. They didn't FTR.
Hold on. The only like real story that's like been built up on this
the MJF thing.
Every other match is either like a exhibition or something that they built up in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because who was it that won? It was no, that's what it was. It was when FTR faced MJF and Adam Cole, and then they lost. And then afterwards, they were like, Young Bucks, and like, boom, now you got the match. And it was just like, this is just where, like, yes, AEW has great tag teams, and they highlight these tag teams, which is what I love. Because I love tag team matches when they're fighting for a title. And yes, I'm excited. I know these guys can go and it's going to be a great match, but it's just like, give me something. It doesn't have to be some cheesy angle like, we attacked you now, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's just, okay, I don't care. Have a tournament, have something, like, build. This is your, like, basically you've been amping up like it's your WrestleMania.
I mean,
you're saying it's
right. They did have a tournament. They had a tournament, but then they just randomly went to the next opponent.
I know, and this is, and yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's just like, I don't know, but AEW is known for this. Yeah, they don't always properly build their shows, but then their pay-per-views are usually pretty damn good. Like the matches are solid, and I think that's just a difference there. They're more, they might try to do their little story angles, but obviously they're focusing more on the wrestling and what they're gonna do in the match and everything, and what their like holy shit moments are gonna be. And that's what they give the fans. So I it's definitely a great match. Because of this, if this didn't happen, I was easily gonna pick FTR. Because of this, like Brian said, we don't know which way to go. I think it would make more sense for the Young Bucks just to win, because in case he has to be away for legal reasons or whatever, it doesn't make sense to have your champs. Oh, we won. Okay, now take the titles back because I gotta go deal with this shit. So I don't know.
I mean, Luz, you gotta remember this is the same company that, remember when Thunder Rosa got hurt and she was still women's champion, and then they kept the title on her, and then Toni Storm won the AEW interim women's champion, and she was interim champion for like 3 or 4 months. When in actuality, Thunder Rosa should just relinquish the title. That way,
but that's different. That's an injury. I feel like this, you never know with legal things. Yes, he probably has a good lawyer and stuff, and they can talk. But hey, shit can change on a whim. Somebody be like, "Hey, I got this video footage. Oh shit, this might actually go to trial." Like you never know. I know it's not the thing didn't say it was like some serious charge, but it's like a 3rd-degree felony or something like that. So obviously we don't know the details of what happened, but hopefully it, he comes out. The fact that he's able to travel maybe says that it isn't that serious, but you never know. Also, I don't even know what state it was at. I think it was Florida, but they don't give a shit about that.
They got their own set of rules down there.
Yeah, exactly.
And Lewis, in response to what you said about like how right after the Adam Cole and MJF match, they kind of just called out the Young Bucks without much. I think their thinking was because remember they announced this show months ago, and they had already sold like over 70,000 tickets before a match was even announced. So a lot of these matches are kind of just like your nostalgic
dream matches. Yeah, your dream matches.
Dream matches that the independent wrestling fans have come to know. That's why you got Punk and Joe, and then so they probably were thinking like, oh well, it's already sold out. So let's just give the fans what they remember.
Exactly.
With a couple of additional matches to get guys on the card, and then you got your main event, which is the only story.
Well, yeah, and especially the UK fan base is just rabid, so they're gonna love it anyway. It's not gonna be a letdown. So they're like, let's get our main guys on there, our main stars on there, and then fill it in with everything else. But speaking about this match, is just like polar opposites, right? You got the technicians versus the high flyers and spot fest guys. So it's definitely going to be an entertaining match, especially seeing these two teams. And I didn't even know about the gun situation with Wheeler. So that's definitely an interesting wrinkle if he can even travel. I don't know how that's going to work. You know what I mean? It's just so recent and so soon. So it's like, how is he going to get cleared for that? I don't know the rules if he goes to the UK with that charge on or whatever the case may be. But hopefully they can get that sorted out. Hopefully, if they are able to get it done, it's going to be a good match. But yeah, just thinking about what you guys were saying about the tag team division, at least AEW actually builds their tag team. And I understand after the tournament, after beating Adam Cole and MJF, kind of like who's the next tag team? Like the Young Bucks are like the undisputed best tag team in that company, right? Like
should have been the Acclaimed.
They're like, nah, we can't sell these guys in London, so we're gonna go with FTR and the Young Bucks. So that's basically kind of how I see it. But yeah, it's gonna be an awesome match, I think, and hopefully they're able to resolve those legal issues. And I got the FTR returning, especially if that legal activity isn't as bad as they're advertising. Let's get into it.